Chicago Blackhawks. Established in 1926, the Blackhawks are the oldest team in their division and one of the later original 6 teams, meaning that they were one of 6 teams that the league had for 25 years up until the 1967 expansion, debuting the same year as the Red Wings and Rangers. Fun fact, the team name Blackhawks was originally 2 separate words until the team decided to make it one word in 1986. Why? Just because. The name stemmed from the U.S. 86th Infantry's Black Hawk Division during World War I, which in turn was named after Chief Black Hawk, a prominent Illinois figure. Their uniforms have been an evolution, starting with the biggest change coming in 1955 when they switched from barber pole stripes to red, 1965 when they went to the current version of the logo, and finally they switched to their current layered number font in 1973, with last names being added in 1977 as per a league-wide mandate. When will MLB implement that? Ever since then, the red home and white road have been spectacular no matter which company's template it gets used on. I don't mind the collar tweak they had in 2019, as their 2017 to 2019 Adidas collar was criticized for resembling a toilet seat, but honestly I'm so used to football collars that I was unfazed by the original look. The Blackhawks are also unique in that their main crest and shoulder logos are chain stitched, with the only other team in sports that features chain stitching on their everyday uniforms being the St. Louis Cardinals. I'm really happy that Fanatics kept the chain stitching on the Hawks jerseys after hearing how the Cardinals had to fight Nike to keep theirs, and that the Phillies lost their chain stitching on their jerseys. Yeah, other NHL teams have had chain stitching on specialty uniforms like Winter Classic or Reverse Retro, but the Blackhawks are the only team in the league to have this full time. Last year they teased the black alternate returning and even had Bedard and Tommy Hawk wear the Mitchell and Ness version the night they retired 7 for Chris Chelios. Needless to say, I can't wait until next year. Yeah, the black jersey was worn during the team's dark days, but it'll always be cool no matter what. I did give my thoughts on their Winter Classic jersey for this year on TikTok, but for anyone that hasn't seen that, I like it. Fanatics did a good job and they could have easily have done the 40s jersey, but they didn't, and instead opted for a faux back look. No joke, but I want one for Christmas this year. There's only one flaw with the Hawks uniforms for this year, and that's the addition of the ad patch for the first time ever. The sponsor is Circa Sports, a sports book that's made its way to Illinois and previously seen on the Golden Knights. Like I mentioned in part 1, I expected this to happen, but man did it have to be gambling. But the only reason it's here is because these gambling companies pay up the ass for league sponsors. Just ask DraftKings. Though you'll never see an American or Canadian team sport a beer company's logo on a jersey, even though both gambling and drinking have ruined people's lives. Seriously, drink and gamble responsibly. Regardless, the Blackhawks are without a doubt a classic that has withstood the test of time, even when native team names and logos are being targeted. Tomorrow we travel down I-55 to examine the Blackhawks Winter Classic opponent and longtime arch rival, the St. Louis Blues.